is a natural characteristic of every human being. It's also a natural characteristic of all the gods. It's also a natural characteristic of the super God or the formless and everything. The same qualities, but in a smaller form. So because we are thinking all the time, because of all the noise, because we want to do this, that, this, we don't feel the love. The love is like a vortex. It's moving always. When you stop all these other activities, love will expand and everybody will feel. And that is how when you fall in love with somebody, a girl or a boy, you love it. You feel good about it. You don't find mistakes in them. Even if there are mistakes and they don't look good, but you still love. Even if they misbehave, you still love. That is called pure love. That happens when you're really in love. And the moment you start shouting, love is going far. You're becoming more distant. So you don't need to learn how to do it. It is natural. Do animals learn how to make love? Do they learn how to be falling in love? No. It's a natural instinct. Love is a natural instinct. They love, they marry, they have babies. They love also. So why animals didn't go to school? So why we have to go to school to learn how to love? Love is natural. You need to learn how to talk to yourself. The key is giving instructions to yourself and talking to yourself. Not trying to go to workshops and taking trainings and learning the complex methods of going like a computer behind and coming. No. Simply say, hey, I want to go from this step to the next. Go. Now, it's about talking to yourself. That's the simplest key. Learn to talk to yourself and instruct yourself. Remember, what is it that we are trying to help with to mankind and humanity and all life is realize that you are your own teacher. There is no teacher outside. Don't follow a teacher. Don't follow even me. Only awaken the teacher inside you. That's the first mission of everybody who is born. Second, don't go shopping for knowledge. Knowledge is not outside. Knowledge is inside you fully in the compressed form. Find out where it is and go and tap that knowledge. Third, you were born for a purpose. Find that passion. Find that purpose of your life. And automatically you will fulfill everything. So the key is awaken the teacher in you. Number two, realize that all knowledge is inside you and you can tap it. Third, find the purpose why you were born in this life and fulfill the same. It is true for any individual, any animal, anything living, any plant is the same. That's the message. And that's if we can help most of the people to understand and do this, we have served the purpose. The more people we do this and help more people to realize this, you will get points, spiritual points, more and more in order to reach where you are supposed to reach. That's the source. The moment you are uncomfortable, the moment you lack ease in your system, you have to realize that you're going towards stress. You're going towards imbalance. And immediately, if you take action, and the simplest action is to come to the moment. How to come to the moment? We will do the exercise. And it's so easy. People are struggling to come to the moment and being taught by so many methods of doing this, but nobody really knows how to do it. It's very simple. It has to be easy. So the moment you come to the moment, all the imbalance goes away, all the disturbance goes away, and automatically you come into alignment, you feel peaceful, you feel loving, you feel comfortable, you feel in ease. That's what happens. Simply coming to the moment is enough. Simply stopping to think is enough. Simply knocking off the thinking process is enough. Simply taking your hand and placing it on the heart is enough. You need to take your focus away from being in the head, outside. Don't leave your focus into the head. Don't leave your awareness into the head. The moment you take that out, automatically you will come into balance. You have enough resources to come. And the more you think, the more you think, the more you think, you're using 80% of your resources only for thinking. I will tell you how it happens there. However, if I stop thinking, you have 80% of your resources available to heal you and to bring you back into balance and to come back into your own inner self of peace, joy, love, ananda, automatically. I don't say words have power. I just say talk to yourself. That's all. Whether it has power or no, you can add power to each word. That's another process. It has the same power when you say it silently. Even though you don't make a sound, still it has the same power and strength. In thinking, it's a mental process. Feeling is a heartfelt process. Two different things. Okay? We were originally from the heart. And the mind and thinking is a tool. Slowly, as time passed, we allowed the mind and thinking process to take over, which is part of the ego. So your ego is ruling you. And that is why you are in duality. Should I do this or should I not do this when it's thinking? But when you feel good about something, that's the truth. That means it's yes. So feeling is more important than thinking. Second, feeling does it with total awareness of all the surroundings. Thinking is very linear, but feeling is multilinear. It's from all directions it takes into consideration, and then you feel, only then you feel good. If you don't feel good about something, the answer is no. If you feel good about something, the answer is yo. But when you think, should I or should I not, it is yes or it's no, yes or no, yes or no, total confusion. Fear is a lack of love. You can find solution to any aspect or any desire, any problem, any manifestation you want in life. So it will be the solution for everything in life.